Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to discuss about the American Express membership rewards credit card. It is one of my favorite cards. It is the top 3 cards that I use every month in my expenses planning. Before I begin and before I start talking about the card, why don't you take a moment and tell me which is your favorite credit card among the all the cards that you have in your wallet. So I have two of these cards, which is the American Express membership rewards card. This is one is for me myself, and I have another one which is for my wife. Right. So what we do is I'm going to tell you today about the whole planning that we follow about this card. But before that, let me give you some details about the card. So the fees on this card, first year fees is 1000 rupees plus taxes, and second year onwards it's 4500 rupees plus taxes. The good thing about this card right now is that you can go and apply for this card on the Amex website. Unfortunately, referrals have not yet started, so you can't get the referral bonus, but you can still go and apply for this card on the Amex website. So when you sign up for this card, you get 4000 bonus points in the first year, which again entirely realizes the fees that you pay for the card when you get it in the first year. And second year onwards, if you are spending 1,50,000 rupees on the card in the entire year, then the entire fee is waived off. And if you spend 90,000 on the card, you half of the fees is waived off on this card. Okay, so what kind of points do you earn on this card? So if you spend 50 rupees on the card, you get 1 point. This does not include fuel, utilities and insurance payments, unfortunately, but you can still use this card for fuel and utilities and insurance payments, provided you use this hack. So what happens on this card is that if you spend 1500 rupees 4 times in a month, what happens is you get 1000 bonus points. Okay, now and then secondly, if you spend a cumulative of 20,000 rupees in a calendar year, you get another 1000 bonus points. So you can get 2000 bonus points upon spending a total of 20,000 rupees. How much these points are worth, I am going to tell you now, but it is a very good idea wherein what you can do is, say for example, your total monthly fuel expenditure is 1500 rupees. You can simply go to a petrol pump that accepts an American Express card and swipe it for 1500 rupees, and there you have met your goal of spending 1500 rupees 1 out of 4 times. Then you can plan similarly for, say, electricity bill payments or any insurance payment and stuff like that, right? So how do these points work? You can use these points for a lot of things. You can use these points for vouchers. You can use these points for statement credit. You can use these points for airline transfers. You can use these points for hotel transfers. I'm going to tell you how I personally use these points. You can probably devise your own strategy around using these points, but strictly I would advise against using these points for statement credits and for any sort of vouchers, right? Because there you will get the least amount of value. You get the most amount of value probably in transfers to hotels and for air miles. So what I do is primarily I use my points for transfers to Marriott 1Y points. So generally Amex has 1:1 transfer rate for Marriott 1Y, but sometimes there are offers also going on, like an offer right now wherein you get 30% extra Marriott 1Y points. I personally accrue a value of 0.6 rupee per point. So 1 point on this card is 0.6 rupees per value for me when I transfer it to Marriott. So and with this offer I will get 0.8 because I get 30% extra points, right? So it's a beautiful offer, and if you are already holding this card and if you have some points, you should definitely transfer it to Marriott 1Y and use them for hotel stays. So now how does the entire value chain work? Say for example you spent 1500 rupees 4 times in a month, right? And another 14,000 rupees to take it to 20,000 rupees, and you earn 2000 bonus points. We'll forget the 1 point per 50 rupees that you get additionally on the normal spends, right? So we'll just focus on these 2000 points for now. So if I put up a value of 60 paisa per point, then the total value that I get is 1200 rupees on these 2000 points, and 1200 rupees on a spend of 20,000 is how much? 6%, right? Which is amazing. But generally how I deal with this card is I focus on only up to 6,000 rupees because I have 2 cards. So when I do that, when I do the transaction up to 6,000 rupees only, I get 1000 bonus points in a month. And if I put a value of 60 paisa for each point, then I get 600 rupees as the total bonus points in value. When I do the calculation, my reward rate turns out to be 10% instead of the 6% that you would get on the total 20,000 rupees spends, right? So that's why having multiple cards often helps. Now moving on, there are few more benefits in the form of 24 karat gold collection and 18 karat gold collection. So in these two collections, what happens is that if you can see on the screen, so in the 24 karat gold collection, against 24,000 points, what you can get is you can get Taj vouchers worth of 14,000 rupees, Shoppers Stop vouchers for 11,000 rupees, Vistara of 11,000, Tanishq of 10,000. So you can choose, but the maximum value that you will get is in Taj vouchers, right? And similarly, if you have 18,000 points, you can redeem them against Taj vouchers of 9,000 rupees, Shoppers Stop vouchers of 8,000 rupees, Myntra of 8,000 rupees, Big Basket vouchers of 8,000 rupees, and so on. So now coming to my spending strategy on this card. So like I told you, I have two cards, right? So what I do is I plan my expenses in a way wherein I am able to spend 1,500 rupees 8 times in a month. So what we do is there are certain categories of spends wherein mostly you don't get any reward points for spends, right? So like for example, mobile phone bill payments or utility payments like electricity bill payments, fuel expenses. So again, all of these will vary for each family and each person, right? So for me, somehow it works out that my average fuel expenses 5 to 6,000 rupees per month. My mobile bill for 4 people is 1,500 rupees per month, wherein I have a postpaid connection, so that works for me, right? So the postpaid connection, I have a family connection, so 4 people get a connection for 1,500 rupees in a month. Then we have electricity bills, so we get 2-3 bills for 2-3 for my in-laws house and my own house, so we use the card to make those electricity bill payments. Then we have internet connection payments, wherein for both the houses we have to make those payments. So almost out of 8 transactions, 5 to 6 transactions are covered through these. And then if something is left, what I do is I generally top up the card on Paytm. There are ways wherein you can top up the Paytm wallet through Zomato and Uber, wherein you don't have to pay the extra charges. Then what you can do is once you've loaded it on Paytm, you can use it in supermarkets. Say for example, you're going to a supermarket and you spend money in supermarkets, which we tend to do. We don't really do grocery shopping online. We largely do it in supermarkets. So what we do is we use the Paytm wallet money to make the payments there. So again, my focus is completely on just using it up to 6,000 rupees per month. My focus is not beyond that. In some months we definitely have some extra expenses wherein I may put it on that, but right now I've got the Axis Magnus card, and if any month I think that my total expenses are going to be 1 lakh and above, then I will just use the Axis Magnus card. I've also done a separate video on that card. I think you should definitely take a look at that card and tell me what you think about it, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please do not forget to ask. Do not forget to share your opinion about the card. I have done so the beauty of the American Express points is that you get to experience luxury. I have stayed in Al Maha in Dubai. I am sharing the link of that video. You should definitely check it out. It was a beautiful stay and worth planning, worth putting in the effort in accumulating the credit card points for such stays. Thank you for watching. Take care.